So, Chris Chan recently went back on the internet. So, Chris Chan is back on Twitter, even though it's called X now, it's still Twitter, and she is back on YouTube. I have not talked about Chris Chan in a little while, at least here on YouTube. Like, I did talk about Chris Chan, I think, months ago when Chris Chan got released from prison. I think that, and there are things I still cringe at it with that video, even though this video hasn't even come out a year ago yet, and there are still some aspects of it that I cringe at. Like, I use the term mentally handicapped when I heard that word is not something you should be using, but I did use that word, and I want to apologize for using that term. And Chris Chan decided to be a transgender woman, even though she had a past record of being homophobic, and there's that, and there are things about it that I just cringe at. So, I'm pretty sure my audience, my subscribers, know who Chris Chan is. Chris Chan is a verbal autistic transgender woman, that same transgender woman who pepper sprayed a GameStop employee because she got pissed off that Sonic has blue arms. Not that Sonic Boom on the Wii U was a shit game, but because Sonic the Hedgehog has blue arms. That was the same woman. But anyway, what had Chris Chan been up to recently? Well, Chris Chan is back on the internet, and I think a few weeks ago, there was a photo that leaked of Chris Chan making out, like kissing another woman, and like the whole world, the whole internet shat itself because Chris Chan has been a virgin for most of her life because she's autistic and she hasn't developed proper social skills to find a significant other. So, a lot of things happened in between my last Chris Chan video that I've made and the one that I am making right now, and my thoughts on Chris Chan finding a significant other. Like, Chris Chan did claim that the girl that Chris Chan was spotted kissing was actually a friend and not significant. Well, they're still kissing, but it's Chris Chan. Like, Chris Chan doesn't have a fully understanding of social construct. So, I'm just gonna say that. In the past couple of days, Chris Chan uploaded two videos, setting the record straight. There was never any sex involving me in 2021, and then the other video is Jesus Christ Chan, Sonic 2 Prime Resurrected and Returned. So those are the two videos, and Chris Chan talked about that she's innocent even though because she was manipulated. And here are my thoughts on that. When somebody tells you to commit a crime and you commit a crime, like what if somebody tells me go kill that person and then I go off to kill that person, I still committed the crime. I'm not innocent at all. Unless I'm drugged to kill somebody or something like that, then that will be different. And number two is that I'm really pissed off that Chris Chan got released from prison. And Chris Chan's not labeled as a sex offender because sexually assaulting your own mom is a serious fucking crime. And because Chris Chan is autistic, like the courts decide, she has a disability, she's autistic, so I'm just gonna remove the charges, the sex offender charges away from her, and then have her be in prison for only 2 years. that's good enough. She's autistic. If she was not, then she would have faced much more serious charges. That was the courts in Virginia's thought process. And this is a very sensitive subject and opinion. I know that's going to piss some people off, but just because you have a disability or you're autistic doesn't mean you should be above the law. Yes, Chris Chan ended up in 2 years in prison. I totally get that. But even though she is autistic, she there shouldn't be a checkbox, okay? Like because she's autistic and that checkbox is crossed doesn't mean she should be above the law. Like everyone, no matter your disability, race, gender, or what the hell ever, should face the same kind of charges that you face on the same crime. That's what I'm trying to say here. Like, if I commit a murder or something like that, and I face like 10, 20 years in prison, and somebody else who is autistic commits that crime, then that person who is autistic should face the exact same consequences that I would be facing. It's just ridiculous. Chris Chan should not be on the internet. She should not be reuniting with her mother. She should be in a mental institution or in prison for sexual assault and elderly abuse and incest. Like those are serious fucking crimes. And Chris Chan only gets 2 years of prison time, and that's it. And she gets to go back to her mom's house. Like, what? What is wrong with the courts in Virginia? That is a stupid court decision. God, call me a bigot, though. I know Chris Chan's autistic, but everyone should face the same amount of consequences as they do face the same consequences for the same crime. And the crimes I did mention are really serious crimes. Like, yes, Chris Chan had been in trouble with the law before in for the sexual assault. Like, Chris Chan is not entirely mentally well, and I'm just pissed off at the courts of Virginia and all that. I'm just pissed off about their decision. So this is the Film Buff Gamer Guy signing out. Have a good one. Goodbye.